Gamay bemadzajuk. Everyday people. Gamay every gijget every day. Bemadzajuk people. Gaken makne gi bemadzajuk iba. Do you know those people over there? Gaken makne gi bemadzajuk iba. Kendan is the verb to know something. Kenma is the verb to know someone. Nukshe okwe yagwatse peach bozit. Look at that woman. She drives crazy. Nukshe okwe yagwatse peach bozit. Nukshe is look at, to get your attention. Nukshe, kwe is woman. A peach part means while. So while she's driving. So yagwatse, here she is crazy while driving. A peach bozit. Penegadamanadin din maki kekyajak. You should always respect those elders. Penegadamanadin din maki kekyajak. Pene means always. Manadin ma is the verb to respect someone. So gadamadin mak is you should respect them. So pene gadamanadin maki kekyajak. Wiye wada widamawani penojayan nasana epich chikadam wat eji wewebzowanak. Someone should tell those kids be careful while they play on that swing. So wewebzowan is a swing set, wewebzowan. Chikadan is to play on something, chikadan. Nasana means be careful, and widamo is the verb to tell someone. So widamowa would be just tell someone. Wiye wada widamawani penojayan nasana epich chikadam wat eji wewebzowanak. Go to Shemaganeshik. Wigezuk ebizugwidnam wat e kowewan. Go to Shemaganeshik. Wigezuk ebizugwidnam wat e kowewan. Those veterans or soldiers are carefully raising the flag. Wigeze is careful, or can also indicate like you're doing a good job because you're being careful about it. Bezugwidnan is to lift or raise something up, and then kowewan is your flag. Kowe literally means to make make a trail, like an animal would make its tracks. Kowe. And when you think about it, your flag is kind of like your tracks. It's your way of being identified. It's how someone knows who you are. Like when you go into battle, you have your flag, so they know that you're from whatever group you're from. So go to Shemaganeshik, Wigezuk, Ebizugwidnam wat e kowewan. Gigabe wigi kitcha degeshkan e pukwakwit. The boy really kicked that ball. Gigabe is boy. Kitcha means really or intensely, and you can add that to any number of verbs to indicate large or really hard, or really intensely doing something. It can also be added to nouns, so you could say like kachum kol, big bear, kachum tuk, a large tree, and then degeshkan is to kick it, degeshkan, and then pukwakwit is that ball, pukwakwit. Gin kweshkwane nikan John. Did you meet my friend John? Gin kweshkwane nikan John. The kweshkwa is to meet somebody. Nikan is your friend, or it could even be your brother. Gin kweshkwane nikan John. Pabmadzit nagi wabmaji wabnotak shaganak. Pabmadzit nagi wabmaji wabnotak shaganak. I did see that traveler on TV. Wabdan means to see something. Wabma is to see someone. That ji indicates there. And then wabnotak shigan by itself is TV. Wabnotak shiganak is on the TV. Now the word for TV it's related to the word for radio. Radio is notak shigan. Notak shigan is this thing that makes noise. Because a long time ago, you only had like one electrical device. You had your radio back in the 1930s, so it's this thing that made noise. And later on, there were some people that still used that notoxygen when talking about anything that made noise. But we have so many different things now, you have to kind of differentiate them. But the wab indicates like the sight, so it's a thing you see and hear now. Wab notoxygen. Gamochket eyawet onane. That man is a thief. Yahweh is the verb to be. Nene is a man. Gemochke is the verb to steal. So gemochket is the one who steals, or a thief. And that gemoch or gemo is kind of a preverb that goes on different words to indicate doing things kind of sneakily. Shkenwuk zambissadonawai notakshigan. Shkenwuk zambissadonawai notakshigan. Teenage boys, they listen to too much radio. Shkenwuk zambissadonawai notakshigan. That bissadon is to listen. Bissadonawa, they listen. That zam on there indicates too much of something. That zam is a preverb that can be attached to a lot of different verbs. You could say like zamban, zamba, to oversleep. You could say zam gajatem get, it's too hot. You could say zam yakwaze, he or she is too tired, maybe to do something. And then that word shkenwe, for shkenwuk, for teenage boys, shkenwe has a literal meaning as well. That shka indicates something new or fresh. That shka. You see that on other words like shka wias, like fresh meat that hasn't spoiled. Shka wias. Shkenwe, though, that nwe indicates like a sound that's being made, like an audible sound, that nwe. So it's really saying that new sound, because what it's talking about is that time in a young man's life. So it's a teenage boy whose voice has changed. He's hit that time of his life of puberty where his voice has started to change, as went from like a less of a more of a high pitched into more of a deeper voice. Shkenwe, shkenwe. That's what it literally is talking about. So shkenwuk zambissadonawai notakshigan. And like I said earlier, that notakshigan is literally something that makes sound. Notakshigan. Mishach bebisiye etot o demoze. That old woman has fancy beadwork. That mijach, or sometimes it's just mijach, that has to do with fancy, or you can use that when talking about like mijach konyet. He or she is dressed up fancy. It could be talking about like wearing regalia, or it could be just wearing maybe a suit and tie, but mijach konye. And then bebisya ye chigin. Bebisye chigin is beadwork. It's things that are beaded. Tone means to have something. So etot, she has. Demoze, that old woman. So mijach bebis ye chige etot o demoze. Quetano moshabe we weekday manni wichkoessen. Perhaps that bachelor will marry his best friend. Quetano moshabe we dige manni wichkoessen. Quetan is maybe or perhaps. There's also gunabich. Moshabe is a bachelor. Widigema means to marry somebody. Widigema. Wichkoes is his or her best friend. Wichkoes, irregardless of gender. Wichkoes. Chamokmanaki Bagumskak. Europeans arrived by boat. Chamokmanaki Bagumskak. Bagumska is to arrive by boat. That bagum part is the part that's talking about arriving. And the shka is indicating by boat. Bagumska. Sesksi wigi gwedmonani kitcha gwedasiyin. That sesksi, that's the word for a teenage girl, sesksi. Not to be confused with suksi, which is a deer. Suksi versus sesksi. Sesksi wigi gwedmonani kitcha gwedasiyin. That teenage girl did catch a big sunfish. So gwedmona is to catch something animate. And when you're talking about fish, you're talking about things that are animate. And then kitcha, big. Kwedashi is a sunfish. And then that ni and that yin on there is because it's in the storytelling mode where it's saying she caught the sunfish. The sunfish didn't catch her. Sesksi wigi gwedmonani kitcha kwedashi yin. And that's it for this section on people, everyday people. Ahau, miigwech.